homeless students go through homeless situations. It's heartbreaking.
I have a friend who lost her house. They got evicted from their house and they had nowhere to go, her and her fiance. She is couch surfing and going from houses that she knows. She's trying to find places to live and keep on her feet, have food, gas, and still get her education, and it's hard. The school district in Rapid City definitely helped her a lot. They're trying to get her gas money, food, a place to stay.
It is a problem in Rapid City because a lot of my friends that I know personally are dealing with this. They're homeless, they've run away before, they don't have enough money to pay their rent, their parents are having trouble with it, and I kind of am going through that too because my parents, they recently got split, so we have very big money issues. We can hardly afford to pay the rent and the water bill and stuff. We don't have food very often, so I always have to eat here at school.
I've been in Runaway twice in my life. Both times the situation at home it was just a battle between me and my parents. I wanted to do one thing, they wanted me to do another, and I kinda just ran. It became a fight, and I just ran from that fight, ran wherever I could go to sleep that night. The first time I ended up with no real place to sleep, no promise of food every night. Second time I ended up staying with one of my friends, and they helped me get back on my feet, back on the right track, and I'm very thankful for that. You're shunned, you're laughed at, you're ridiculed.
I was homeless myself. My father didn't really accept the way who I was as a person. I was nowhere near financially stable. I had no vehicle and I had nowhere to go. And when I hear the word homeless, I think of, I guess, emotionally drained, only because it's like a feeling of, from my perspective, it's a feeling of not feeling like you're wanted anywhere or by anything. And a lot of people think that homelessness affects only like adults, but it affects a lot of children as well. It's really mind-altering because you don't know what to do and you're shocked, and it just suddenly happens and you just get really worried, like, where am I going to stay?
Another time we were considered homeless, I was 5 years old. It was just after my parents got a divorce, and I was with my dad and my two older siblings, and we were just driving for hours and hours, and then finally my dad, he got the nerve to call my grandparents, and we went and lived with them for about 2 years. During those 2 years it was kind of hard because my dad, he'd work really late just trying to make sure he'd get enough money. So he'd come home telling us every night, don't worry, we'll get a home of our own soon. We'll be living somewhere, we can call our own house. It's only a matter of time. During those 2 years, it was really stressful for my dad, and a lot of bad things happened. And then when I turned 10, we were homeless again because we had to be taken away from my dad. We were homeless for a few more years, and it wasn't just until about 3 or 4 years ago, we finally got our own home.
Well, I have ran away when I was about 7 or 8. just since then it just kind of escalated, and I was running away multiple times until I was about 13. And just because of all the times I ran away, like, I never really realized how good life was at home until I was sent to placement because of it. And I went through 16 months of placement, and life was horrible. And I realized like how horrible is life just running away. Like, don't take for granted what you have at home, because there's a lot worse out there. There's a lot worse.
Being homeless is hard. I am a victim of it. I have a job and I work to provide for my family. I buy diapers and wipes and formula for my 2 little brothers, and I help my mom with anything that she needs. And it's hard. You can't just go jump and get a job and get a house right away. We've been homeless for about 3 years, and it's hard.
A lot of people think that all homeless people are bad, and that's not true. Just because someone's homeless, it doesn't really mean that they're a bad person.
We have all these things: a house, electricity, TV, heat, warmth, blankets, air conditioning, food. They have nothing.
Well, the one thing I would like to say about homelessness is that don't ever lose hope. You always have people who care about you. And if you ever need help, just go to a friend. They will always help you in a time of need.
Homelessness isn't a joke. It's not something to laugh about. It's not something to shun. It's a part of society. It's around us every day.
I just really think that everyone needs to try and help in their own little way.
We have to face it, and we have to do what we can to help the youth, because it's not their fault. A lot of what happens is out of our kids' control.
You can try and talk to friends, family, anyone, even reach out to strangers. I would give whatever money I have, I would help anyone. I just really feel like this should be taken as a serious issue, because it really is. And I feel that someday, if I'm not careful, I might have to deal with these too.
I don't feel like there are as many people as there could be that are helping the homeless or the runaways. I feel like there needs to be more commitment towards helping them and more commitment towards giving sacrifices to help them. There are so many people in this world that take advantage of everything, and these people have nothing.
I think that what I can do to help the homeless is right here in this video. If more people are aware of the dangers and how big of homelessness a problem is, more people will be willing to help.
Based on my experience, I honestly think people shouldn't be looked down on for being homeless like they are. Like, it's not a choice all the time. I don't know anyone who would choose to be homeless.
It's not something that's funny or something to joke about. If you see somebody struggling, help them out. Even if it's a ride, it helps a lot. Don't judge anybody because you don't know what their home life is like. I've been judged a lot. I've been bullied, but little do they know what I'm going through at home.